have some special news regarding our newest, top-secret, envelope-pushing product. You might have demanded it, and we kind of listened. The all-in-one worm killer, sanitizer, and deterrent. Now you may ask, does it sanitize the worms themselves after it kills them? And if it does, why? The answer in both cases is yes!
Next up, it looks like the Cascadian movie industry is finally getting back on its feet after the end of the conflict. I think we should all congratulate those brave souls for pulling themselves up by their bootstraps after such a low point in time. I wish my ex-wife carried the same sentiment.
After months of speculation over the uncertain future of the Federation, anonymous reports from both Daegu and Sawaki suggest that their upcoming legislative elections have been silently cancelled, as a major reshuffling of Federation leadership following the Cascadian conflict is likely in progress. Rising pressure from periphery nations and the still recovering Cascadia have further backed the Federation into a corner, with no official word from the Chief Executive's office regarding demanded governmental accountability. The world watches with bated breath for the Federation's next move.
Airborne warning and control systems aircraft Dragoman entering the AO. All Morgan security elements, what is your status? And if possible, your social security numbers.
Good to see our AWACS is fashionably late. This is Dune, flight lead of Blaze Squadron. I've got my wizard with me and 2 allied aircraft still flying. Enemy forces are more entrenched than initially reported. We're in deep shit here.
Alright, Oh, yep, I can see it. That is in fact deep shit. Hang in there, Dune. I'll see if we have any available squadrons in the region.
Did she just poke her head out of a hatch? She's in a giant flying radar dish and she has to roll down the window to see what's happening?
Hold on now. Are we just gonna ignore her asking for our social security numbers too?
I can only be mad at a person for one reason at a time, Cos. It's just unfair otherwise.
Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever you say, boss.
Perhaps she simply enjoys the fresh air of the open skies, instead of the dark, dank corners of her aircraft.
I had a feeling he was itching to say dank at some point today.
Proteus, good to hear you fire off cutting criticisms in these troubled times. I'd really appreciate it if you fired off some missiles at the enemy fighters.
The ground forces are being dealt with as you commanded. I am staying away from the dogfighting above to avoid any accidents.
Avoid any accidents? What? Oh, come on!
I believe it to be some form of interpretive dance. I fear I would get in the way of such a raw form of expression.
He's actually doing it! Sword, for every 100 meters closer to the ground you get, I'll pay you another $10.
Not to worry, my friends. I've got this fully under control. If anything, this counts as an inventive evasive maneuver and the first step of a new age of stunt flying.
I don't think that counts as anything but you pulling the stick back and not letting go.
I won't let that criticism keep me down. We need to name it something iconic. Really unique. I'm thinking the blazing rotation. Oh, wait. Oh boy. Oh boy.
This dance seems to be a credible diversion tactic. I think some of the enemy soldiers are just looking up and staring at him.
I'm sorry to break it to you, Sword, but it already has a name. It's this real underground technique called a loop. And if you keep doing it, the only thing that'll be rotating is your stomach.
Really?
Oh, Biz dead.
Oh, there he goes. Clean up on Blaze 3, anybody?
The sacrifices we make for our legacy. Oh God, it's in my mask. It's in my nose.
Dragoman, please, God, tell me you've got some help on the way.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Any red flags for anyone else? Just me?
The cramped nature of the cockpit makes you paranoid, Dune. I am certain a squadron such as Hellbreaker will join us shortly.
Dead.
Oh, well then it must be Stinger.
Super dead.
Proteus, did you not look at the roster before we left? Or at any point in this last month? Helmbreaker, Stinger, Vortex, they all died at the Bering Strait like 3 weeks ago.
Being completely honest, 100% truthful? Perfectly transparent as I always am. I did not pay attention.
Well, you know what? It's fine. Backup's backup. Though, if we didn't get anybody new, then it could only really be...
No.
Yes! Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm not shy when it comes to being the bearer of bad news, but I wasn't quite sure how to break it to you.
Dragoman, this is Wyvern Squadron, entering the AO to assist any allied forces that need our help.
I had a bet going that you guys got fired too. God damn it! Copy Wyvern, patching you into Blaze Squadron's frequency now.
Jester, we gotta do the thing. Nuh-uh, no thing. I told you we're not doing the thing like 6 times before we left. But we may never get a chance like this again. Nowhere else will the thing be applicable. You know what? Of all the things that Fang has come up with over the last few months, I'm not too against this one. See, I can handle you taking his side with tactical graffiti, but I know this time is just to spite me. Well, if you won't do it, I'll do it myself. A subwoofer fits surprisingly well on a FC-16 hardpoint. That's what you were busy with before we sortied? Seriously? Don't worry, just let him. Time for our signature theme.
What a glorious, unique battle hymn. You can truly feel the emotion.
Thank you, my friend. Not the song I meant to play, but it'll do. It's got spirit. Jester? Yeah? Should I be surprised he likes the song I snuck in there? No. No, you should not be. I'm just scared of what his original choice was.
Wyvern, could we get fire support when you're done there?
Oh, right. Yeah, just let us know where you need us.
And so, my career, before it even fully starts, already enters its twilight years overlooking these professionals. Figured I might as well archive some thoughts while they try to turn this around. If we lose and this plane gets shot down, someone might find this recorder in the wreckage. If that someone is listening to this right now, I want to clarify 2 things. 1, we did not lose because of me. We lost because they're bad. They're bad and they probably smell weird. 2, no, I did not embezzle any Morgan security funds. I only reorganized them into several randomized offshore accounts and reinvested them into promising new adventures. In the completely unwarranted event of a posthumous court case and investigation, I humbly request that someone clear my search history. And, you know what? I'll save that for now. Again, if I get shot down, my first point stands.
Mopped up on our end. Any stragglers, Dragoman?
Not any in the sky by the looks of it, but you've got a sizable armored division advancing from the south that isn't responding to any IFF. Looks like they might have been delayed by the sandstorm that was rolling through there.
We're all running pretty dry munitions, too. Wyvern, you guys got any tricks up your sleeve?
I've waited my entire life for someone to ask me that question, and I've never been more terrified than I am right now.
Now that sounds like a guy with ambition. What's the plan?
The greatest plans are sometimes the simplest ones. Fang, is this a plan or is this a thing? It is a plan involving a thing. Moving directly over the approaching armor battalion now. That doesn't really answer my question. Pushing the button.
What just happened?
Fang, did you just do it again? Nope. I meant to push the button this time. Oh, and there's no cordium in it. It's just a bomb. Not too dissimilar to a tactical nuke. Nuke?
Nuke!
Really? They really gave him a nuke.
Did somebody say nuke?
Yo, a nuke?
Oh my god, a nuke. That's crazy. Sorry guys, I'm like 10 kilometers in the sky. I'm more than a little outside of the blast radius. Good luck though.
Proteus, you might be too close to the blast radius. You gotta move out of the way. It wouldn't be very cash money of you to die.
I can handle the pressure of the deepest recesses of the ocean. I can certainly handle this.
That's not even remotely the same thing.
Yep, what she said. Though, Well, shit. And now I'm curious. I kinda want to see if he can.
As the bomb's proud father, he actually has a decent chance. And he's got plenty of time before it actually goes off. Thought the ground was a lot further away than it was. You have an altimeter right in front of you.
You gotta be kidding me. Proteus, do you copy?
Ha! As if a puny weapon of the skies could ever make me falter.
And here we thought meeting new people would be good for you.
That was amazing, man! But what the hell are you lining your plane with for it to tank something like that?
Metal. A lot of metal. An amount of metal that, when considering weight, is not appropriate for a craft such as this.
That's code for I welded giant plates of steel to the outside of the plane and may be seriously regretting it.
Me flying this low is both a matter of preference and to ensure the engine does not give out and turn me into a brick with wings. But the benefits were clearly worth it.
Good God, this is not the strongest first impression. Fang, I'd expect it between us three, but when other people are involved, I think you should at least try an apology. All right. Mr. Seaman, I am very sorry about dropping a small nuclear weapon on you.
Guys, does he think it sounds less incriminating if he says small nuclear weapon?
I don't think Fang cares much about incriminating himself, so I'm just gonna say it's him being technical about the size of the payload. It's not the first time he's dropped a weapon of mass destruction.
Okay. He's going straight to the list of people I'm not gonna piss off. Good to know.
Worry not, my friend. We must all be tested by a crucible at some point, even if it is in these ungodly machines. Dragoman, any new guests entering the AO?
Nope. Picture clear as day. I got into contact with some remaining Morgan ground forces on the north side. They'll move in and resecure Solana. They'll let me know when it's clear for us to land. Just try not to drop any more bombs before then, okay?
I do it one time, and suddenly I'm that guy. This is the second time you've done it!
Anyways, if we don't have any pressing issues, I guess some quick introductions wouldn't hurt. I'm Dune, the flight lead of Blaze Squadron. The cheapskate behind me is my wizzo Cosm.
I steal a hotel towel one time, and I'm suddenly that guy.
The boat enthusiast flying the brick down below is Proteus, Blaze 2.
Pleasure to meet you all. Hopeless prisoners in these metal birds as we are.
And a rambunctious cereal vomiter is Swordkill, Blaze 3.
I throw up one time, and suddenly I'm... Alright, not the first time it's happened, but you don't gotta let out secrets like that.
I presume you're Jester, Pyro, and Fang, Wyvern 1, 2, and 3 respectively?
You know us? Figured nobody bothered to look at the roster all that much, if at all. I know I don't.
Thank you!
The name Wyvern Squadron's gone around the block enough times for us to know the essentials.
Getting on Crimson Team's shit list before they kick the bucket gets around pretty quick. Plus, the reports of all of your, unique tactical approaches.
I'd like to think that despite setbacks, we get our jobs done quick and clean. We've also come to peace with the fact that the clean part of quick and clean doesn't really apply to us. We just keep saying it for marketing purposes.
Well, I guess I'm guilty of not expecting either. But being honest, nuke excluded. I'm pleasantly surprised. The stories made it seem like you guys barely knew how to fly your planes.
We can comfortably settle on being more than you'd expect, but less than you'd hope. At least for now, before our resume gets filled out. We're the kings of potential success.
Alright, well, just make sure those crowns aren't too tight on your heads there, and we'll all get along just fine.
You won't have to worry about that.
Speaking of crowns, I heard you guys flew with the Independence Force in Cascadia for a while. Did you guys meet Monarch?
Less met him, and more in the presence of him making a lot more money than us. But yeah, we caught wind of him a little bit ago, and Fang over here even held a conversation with him. Didn't you, Fang?
Seriously? Well, what's he like?
Yeah.
Just make sure those Just make sure those crowns aren't too tight on your heads there.
What the hell is... Wyvern, Blaze? Does anyone copy?
Just make sure those crowns aren't. Just make sure your crown isn't on too tight there, Your Highness.
God damn it.
You know what? I'll pay Clark myself if he etches out a crown on top of the prince's helmet.
Who? No.
Just make sure those crown isn't on too tight there, Your.
Fuck. You feeling alright there, boss?
You feeling alright there, boss? Boss, do you read me?
Perhaps he is experiencing potential drawbacks of the nuclear detonation.
Yeah, Fang. All good. Just a little exhausted is all. Nothing some sleep won't fix.
Also, I didn't want to bring it up, but I've only been able to hear out of one ear, and I've been seeing out of free eyes for the past 15 minutes. I'm not sure where third eye is.
The nuclear fallout will be minimal to none, but for someone who is basically inside the blast, I'd suggest some very minor, non-intrusive, full-body chemotherapy.
Not sure if that's in our budget, but we'll make sure he's in something boat shape so he can pass away peacefully.
And it's that sort of consideration that makes me proud to be a part of this squadron.
All right, folks, a few updates. Solana's been cleaned out and we're clear to land. But we got some info from the higher-ups back home and from our generous new Cascadian clients. Since what was supposed to be Blaze Squadron doing a routine patrol of the sector turned into a combined arms bloodbath, we're being stationed at Solana until further notice. The Cascadian military apparently has their hands full up north, so we're in charge of holding down the fort while they figure out who these guys were and why they were here.
Well, I guess it could be worse. The weather's actually kind of nice this time of year, guys.
Oh, come on! We're being planted in the center of a box canyon in the middle of nowhere?
I feel a great disturbance surrounding that comment, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah, I think it's about time we pack it in. Jester, are you and your boys good to land?
After you, Dune. We'll be right behind you.
Patching you guys through to Control Tower now. I'll be touching down last. Still have some financing to do while I've got such a good signal.
Hey, Jester. You sure you're all good? Yeah. Just feeling nostalgic, I guess.